Hi, everybody. It's me, Stephen McGrath.
So I gotta ask you, Chad, how much did you pay him to take his shirt off on the internet every week? I gotta know.
I don't have to pay him. I've got to pay him to put a shirt on.
That's for free.
Who wants a chippy?
Hide your kids. Lock the doors. You're listening to HR's most dangerous podcast. Chad Sowash and Joel Cheeseman are here to punch the recruiting industry right where it hurts. Complete with breaking news, brash opinion, and loads of snark. Buckle up, boys and girls. It's time for the Chad and Cheese Podcast.
Oh shit, I'm supposed to be talking. Welcome to the Chad and Cheese Podcast. It's HR's most dangerous podcast. I'm Chad, Portugal Day, Sowash.
And I'm Maureen, aka Mo. I'm in love with Garrett Graham, Wiley Clough.
And I'm Lieven. Europe tells me to be transparent about my salary, but I won't. Van Nieuwenhuizen.
I'm not sure you need to. And on this week's show, Indeed goes in for the kill. IBM says, okay, boomer. ChatGPT learns the call is coming from inside the house, and Mark Zuckerberg just wants to help America get back to work. And if you believe that, I have a data center in Mansfield, Ohio, I want to sell you. Let's do this.
At Shaker Recruitment Marketing, our comprehensive services include branding, talent attraction, MarTech, and analytics, empowering you to achieve your recruitment marketing goals. We believe in doing things the right way, delivering the right message through the right activation, achieving the right conversion. For us, business is deeply personal. Our legacy is built on relationships. Together with our people, clients, and partners, we've been shaping the world of talent for over 70 years.
Welcome back. It's been forever since we've been on the show together, Mo. It's been about a month or so since you've been on, right, Lieven?
Yeah, too long.
At least.
Too long.
At least, yeah, too long. So, as I had said, today is Portugal Day. I'm sure you all know what Portugal Day is.
Oh,
Not. I actually had to jump into Wikipedia to find out myself today. Although I am sporting my Portuguese jersey, it's a national holiday, and I'm here working. So I want this to be on the record, okay?
So American
Getting
of you,
overtime,
Chad.
double time, I think. Yeah, no shit.
So American.
So what's up with this? What's up with this nickname? What was that?
Oh,
Europe
yeah.
tells me to be transparent about my salary.
Oh, yeah, we'll get into that. I'm talking about the hockey thing. What was the hockey thing?
Yeah, so Garrett Graham is not a real person. We all have to be telling ourselves this as a mantra. Garrett Graham is not real. He's a fictional character. He is a hockey captain on not the first hockey show of the year for everybody to obsess over, but actually the second. It's called Off Campus. It's the only good thing about Amazon. Amazon Prime released this show called Off Campus, and it's all about this love story between the hockey captain and this unassuming girl, the girl who they pretend is unattractive, who's actually.
Wait a minute. This isn't the gay hockey player thing.
There is another one.
Oh,
there's another one, and it's taking fire across social media. And there are so many hilarious videos out there where it's like millennial midlife, moms who are like, I'm falling for a fictional hockey player. It's like it's a very interesting show in that it was written by women, directed by women, and so they wrote all these male characters in the way we would like love them to actually be. Yeah, and I'm like, it's such a great portrayal of like masculinity that's super healthy. Anyway, it's a great show. You definitely should not watch it around your kids or on an airplane unless you want people to look at you and like think something else. So not safe for work, but it's an incredible show. And we all are having a blast watching it.
You enjoy that. You enjoy that. I'm sure Lieven's watching it as well.
Nope. Sorry.
But you were talking about pay transparency, and I know that.
Is it time for shout outs?
Is your shout out. So go ahead and jump into that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but the shout out actually goes about the Europe telling me to be transparent about my salary.
Yeah.
So, and actually it's a good thing. The European Pay Transparency Directive was designed to make compensation fair and clear, and it's harder for companies to hide behind vague expressions like a competitive salary. They need to be open. They need to be in the open about what they're paying. And it does not mean that I'm supposed to talk about my personal salary, but it does mean that companies will need to be transparent, and they have to be transparent about pay criteria, gender pay gaps, equal pay for equal work, etc. So this was supposed to be implemented by June 7th, but Europe being Europe, we have actually four countries which are more or less fully okay with the deadline. It's Slovakia, Italy, Lithuania, and Malta. So the 23 other member states are lagging behind and probably still working on convincing companies to be open, telling them how to be open, telling them what open has to be, etc. But I think it's a good idea, and I like it because I want to know what my colleagues make.
Yeah. Well, those other countries are still trying to implement the electronic passport control. That's why.
For example, that's maybe one of the reasons. Could be.
Getting real weird out there, isn't it?
And yes. It is. Yeah, it's a little weird. My shout out is it's almost time for the World Cup, and I'm going to use my shout out this week for Omar Arten. He's the 34-year-old Somalian referee who was set to be the first Somali to referee at a World Cup final, but was denied entry to the U.S. in Miami on Monday, even though he has a diplomatic passport. I don't even know what one of those look like. A diplomatic passport and a single entry U.S. visa. But in a very professional and measured fashion, Arten said that he's looking forward to refereeing in the 2030 World Cup. So this is a shout out to Omar Arten, as I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing you referee in 2030 in the World Cup here in Portugal.
Yeah.
Is that where it's happening? I know nothing
I
about
don't even know.
football.
Yep. Portugal, Spain, and Morocco.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be there.
Why not?
Sounds pretty sick. I think we need to have a chat and cheese retreat.
Straight.
Yeah. It's gotta happen.
Good call. And they're building fast rail from Lisbon to Madrid for that specific event. Yeah, so you'll be able to go from Lisbon to Madrid in 3 hours. That will be amazing. I can't wait.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Madrid's a
and I love
sweet
both
city.
cities. So.
Yep, it is. Mo, what you got?
Your life, dude.
Here at the Chad G's podcast, one thing that we love is obviously you watching, but also like and subscribe.
Well, I'm going to shout out someone who I think is really important and an entity, an institution that's really important. It's called the Center for Humane Technology. And one of its co-founders is Tristan Harris. And recently I've been hearing a few of their podcasts, and their podcast is called Your Undivided Attention, which, as we well know, is very hard to get these days. But they've put out a series of different episodes that have talked about how this sort of arms race towards AI development is so potentially cataclysmic for literally everyone. And we could find ourselves in a real existential crisis, right? Like it's kind of like Terminator stuff. Like I can't believe we're talking about it. And I think that's part of why this is so hard to digest, is like we've looked at this stuff as science fiction, but like it's real. Like Claude Mythos, did you guys hear about that? Like the model that leaked out. I mean, it's crazy stuff that's happening right now. And so his assertion and Tristan's assertion on all these shows is essentially like, this is the one thing that should unify literally all of us, because if you want to live and you want your kids to live, we need to develop some safeguards and guardrails around this whole AI arms situation. Like we should have some sort of red line agreement across different nations, because if one country develops something in the hopes that they get there first and it has adverse outcomes and it's potentially dangerous to humanity, that then leaks through the border. It goes across the globe like that, right? And so we need to have some sort of agreement. And I know in the wake of Mythos, there was some sort of agreement around different big financial institutions and leaders and what have you, but we need that on a like massive geopolitical scale, or we could find ourselves in a good bit of trouble. So anyway, I point that out because I think everybody should listen to these podcasts and to what they're doing at the Humane Center for Technology, because I think it's critically important. And we need to elevate AI ethics and AI regulation to the top matter of import for literally all of us. And we need to tell all of our politicians that this is what we care about above all else, because if we don't get this right, literally nothing else matters. So anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, they're just trying to get the money for their data centers that they're trying to build in their states. Now I know why Tristan hasn't returned my emails. I've been calling him Tristan.
I emailed him too. He didn't email me back either.
I've been calling him Tristan. Yeah, that's my fault. I got it wrong. I got to get his name right first. We got to
keep shooting our shot, Chad. We got to get him on the show.
Yes, very, very Hamilton of you to say that. And little Stephen McGrath is up next, because with little Hamilton, you need a little free stuff.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Stephen McGrath. And I'm here to tell you all about how you can grab some free stuff from ChatGPT.com.
I can't not react.
Now, you might be wondering why I'm sitting here topless. And the answer is really simple. Because I've not grabbed my free t-shirt from Aaronapp at ChatGPT.com yet. Let me fix that.
Thank God.
Right, that's better. So I'm sporting a slightly vintage model here, but of course there are new and updated designs every year. And those are super soft, breathable, and some might even say huggable. Now, what else can you get? Of course, you can get some craft beer. It's not just any regular rubbish beer. That's craft beer brought to you by the data geeks at Aspen Tech Labs. And if you're not into beer too much, then... 2 seconds. I'm just going to get that. Then you can always go for chicken cock, baby. That's right, not one, but 2 bottles of chicken cock from the lovely people at Proven Base. Now, you're not going to get any of this stuff unless you go to chadcheese.com/free and get yours today.
So I got to ask you, Chad, how much did you pay him to take his shirt off on the internet every week? I got to know.
I don't have to pay him. I've got to pay him to put a shirt on.
That's for free.
Yes. I've got to pay him to put a shirt on. Hopefully it's a Chad and Cheese shirt, but I've got to pay him to put it on. Jesus.
That's so funny.
He thinks OnlyFans is the world on the internet.
Yeah. Let's go, Stephen.
I don't even want to go into that. So even more Stephen.
Events! Where are we going, boys?
So as you know, travel is always sponsored by Shaker Recruitment Marketing. First and foremost, does this whole AI thing have you tied up in knots, waking up in cold sweats? Well, just hop over to shaker.com and let the experts handle it there. That's shaker.com. And where are we traveling? Oh, we're going to RecFest. Yeah, we're going to England, July 2nd. Mo, are you going?
No, I want to go.
Oh, come on. You got so excited.
So jealous. I want to come next year so badly. Got to plan it.
Lieven's so close. Lieven doesn't even come. He's like,
July 2nd. It's Rockwerchter. It's the best rock festival in the world. Really, the best in the world. It's in Belgium. Rockwerchter, 4 days, and it starts July 2nd. And I only missed one episode since I was 15 years old. And that's 2010 when my twins were born. And people tell me it's your own fault. You should have calculated better, but they were born 3 weeks early. So it's their fault. And I still blame them.
And you should. Of course. So July 2nd, kids, that's right. We're going to be in England at Nebworth Park all damn day. Joel and I are going to be on the Disrupt stage. Going to have a great time all day there. Emmy is going to be on the Innovate stage, which I think is right next to Disrupt. So you can jump back and forth if you want to. But if you've never been to a RecFest, definitely you got to check it out. Go to recfest.com. Generally what happens is this is mostly TA practitioners. They bring their whole teams for a day away of learning. And that's right, partying, kids. That's what happens. Yep. And it's a great time at RecFest. You've been there before, Lieven. What'd you think?
I've been there and I loved it. It's like a music festival It lacks some music, but it's fun.
Music, usually DJs. At the end of the day, people are just they're pissed, but, and
there's so much stages, and they're not putting decent musicians on them. But you get a stage, which is cool also.
I get a stage. But after that, I'm headed to, this is more personal than it is Chad and Cheese stuff, but I'm headed to Mallorca. My best buddy, Chris Long, is getting married.
Oh my God.
Yeah, another one, please. Getting married. So we're having a stag do. In Mallorca. So we're going to be at RecFest drinking our asses off. And then a bunch of us are going to get on a flight, go to Mallorca, continue the party, the RecFest party. Even Jamie Leonard, who is CEO over at RecFest, he's going to be there. So our livers are going to be they're going to be in trouble. They're going to be in trouble,
man.
But
Serious.
We'll have plenty of time, though. This is beautiful. We'll have plenty of time to get our livers back in shape for the e-recruitment Congress in Amsterdam. What's happening there? Any updates, Lieven?
Lots of updates, in fact. So
bring it.
There's no music festival during the e-recruitment Congress, so you definitely can make it. No reason not to. It's October 6th in Amsterdam, like it was last time, and at Muziekgebouw, which is a beautiful venue.
It's gorgeous. Yes.
Once again, it's about music. It's really the theme. Okay. But we are going to show you how robots are coming after our jobs.
What?
We've been talking about AI, normal AI, and we already agreed on AI is going to take tons of white-collar jobs, but we always thought blue-collar jobs are okay. But now we're going to demonstrate robots, lots of robots who are actually working at the Congress. They're going to be handing out the gift bags at the Congress. They're going to be putting chairs in a row. They'll just be working next to humans. So that's the start. So the whole idea is it's about AI and also about physical AI, so the robot stuff. And I need to cross my fingers. With a bit of luck, we'll have a keynote speaker from Boston Dynamics, the major company producing those Atlas robots, which are amazing. Mm. Fingers crossed. They're probably the most difficult people to reach in the whole fucking universe, but I'm getting there.
Important.
And of course, we have tons of other great speakers. It's about AI. It's about how AI is going to influence and is influencing human resources, job, all kinds of different jobs.
Yeah.
And how it can make your life easier. It's about augmentation, not necessarily about automation. It's going to be fun. Tons of the best speakers in the world, and Chad and Joel are going to be there. So maybe Mo, he'll be there as well. I can put you on the guest list.
I love hanging with robots. Sign me up.
Liar.
And also, good to know, the World Employment Confederation is sponsoring the Congress also.
Awesome.
So they're going to organize the global task force on AI the day before, and all those people who are present will be at the conference as well. So if you want to meet people from Adecco, Randstad, not only House of HR, but every major player within recruitment, they'll all be there. So I'm still looking for some sponsors. If you want to present your product, get in touch. You reach 52 companies of House of HR and all the others.
Yeah. If you want to get in good with House of HR, you got to be at the Muziekgebouw. Yeah. That place is amazing.
Yeah. And if you sponsor, I like you, and I can arrange some stuff later. Yeah.
We're in Amsterdam, so I don't want to know what the later thing is, but we'll go.
Topics!
All right, kids, Indeed is at it again. So if you are a recruitment marketing agency running job feeds for your clients into Indeed, well, you already probably know this, but Indeed is doing their damnedest to squeeze you out of the equation entirely. And as a matter of fact, Indeed got even closer by publishing a little FAQ called Setting Expectations Amidst a Changing Landscape. Sounds ominous, right? Sounds ominous. That came out earlier this week. Lieven and Mo, any ideas? I mean, you guys got to read it, but it's kind of like tea leaf stuff. So you want me to keep going? You want me to keep going? Okay,
go on.
Okay.
Please go on.
So I'm gonna dig a little bit deeper into this. For I've got how many points do I have here? I've got 4 points. First point is the job copy crackdown, right? So what Indeed said was we are reducing job copies or duplicate roles to deliver a on our promise of quality. So what's really happening is this is a direct assassination attempt on agency managed fees and programmatic vendors, pure and simple. By flagging multi-channel feeds or agency scrapes as quote unquote duplicates or clutter, Indeed is giving themselves the perfect excuse to switch off your client's visibility and say, oh, hey, employer, your agency fucked up. Just give us your feed direct instead, right? So that's number one. Number two is the ecosystem play. What Indeed said was, we are rewarding employers who become true partners. True partners, I love that. Who post jobs directly in our platform or use our ATS API. What they're really saying here is Indeed wants agencies out of the equation entirely. Why? Simple answer, because Indeed wants to control the relationship and cut agency commissions out entirely. That's a good 15 to 20% direct to Indeed's bottom line, right? Shareholders love that shit. 3, budgets may spend faster. This is fucking hilarious. What Indeed said, your budgets may spend they said this. Your budgets may spend faster and you will receive yet higher quality candidates. Nobody's ever received higher quality candidates from Indeed. They receive masses and masses of whatever. Anyway, what's really happening, bullshit. You can't make this up. They're literally saying, we're going to burn through your money faster and give you less volume. But don't worry. It's a feature, not a bug. It's a feature, not a bug.
Convenient theory, convenient talking point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
how do they prove it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, because they're Indeed. You just have to believe them. It's trust. This is the trust economy, Maureen.
Yeah, that is true. And I have none.
Yes.
We all know Chat Indeed wouldn't do such a thing at all.
Oh, yes, I agree. Last but not least, I'm calling bot mitigation. So what Indeed said was, we are doubling down on trust with bot mitigation and trust and safety practices. What's actually happening? This is pure irony, kids. This announcement happens after Indeed has announced having AI bots apply to jobs for job seekers. Basically having the ability to have Indeed's bots add more clicks and apps, driving up the revenues.
Oh my gosh.
So the wheels have been in motion for a very long time on this one. Any comments? I'm going to go ahead and push myself away from the table and have a little sip of Guinness.
I mean, you just have to go back to incentives every single time, right? Like, where's the money and who benefits from these statements? And of course, it's Indeed, right? It's their bottom line, it's their shareholders. And like you said, this is the trust economy, and we have very little, and with good reason, because we are consistently proven right to be skeptical. But the fact of the matter is, these folks can say whatever they want, and it's just, I don't know, man. I would not be super amped about putting my dollars behind that based on what you've just told me.
Yeah, well.
I love that one.
We've been saying it on the pod for years. Indeed does not want to share the sandbox. They don't want to work with recruitment agencies. They'd rather own the direct relationship and keep the 15 to 20% themselves, right? They want to kick out the middleman, control 100% of the data. They want to steal your disposition data, and they're doing that right now, kids, and force hiring companies into direct selling relationships where, they can jack up prices whenever they want. And they're going to do that with bots. And I say that because the next thing that we're going to talk about is their image campaign. Oh, this is fucking blowing my mind. I have never seen a propaganda fucking campaign like this by a company in my life. So again, we're talking about bot clicks. I mean, bots, applying for job seekers, right? They'll use bots to form their resumes better for the actual job itself, and then they'll apply with bots, and then you can sit back. So
it's a bot world, man.
On LinkedIn, Maggie Hulse, who is the chief revenue officer over at Indeed, posted about Indeed's new Jobs Need People ad campaign built around a simple truth. Jobs need people just as much as people need jobs. So I'm sure you guys watched this. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to talk it through for the actual listeners. The ad starts out with literally text that says, "Job search doesn't feel human anymore."
That is true.
Then it says, Indeed is helping people feel seen again.
Oh.
Then it goes through some emotive videos of a software developer with a baby, a physical therapist helping out a patient, a server serving, a mechanic under a vehicle lift. And then it says, people need jobs and jobs need people.
And when do they show the kittens and the puppies?
Yeah. Unicorns and rainbows. I love the idea of a software engineer with a baby because the tech industry is famously all about work-life balance.
Yeah.
It's about family values.
Yeah.
Silicon Valley is all about family values. Mm-hmm. But at the last, it says, "Be seen for all what you can do." The thing that just blew my mind is right out of the gate, it says job search doesn't feel human anymore. Job search on sites like Indeed have never felt fucking human. Since when does clicking a button and filling out a form feel human? It's never felt human. But then once again, human, you're pitching human when you're talking about bots applying for jobs. I mean, Maggie, I hope you understand that. I understand that you're in sales, right? But that's a load of shit. Not even you can sell.
It's not great. But I guess they're counting on people not thinking because we don't do a whole lot of that in the United States these days. So maybe it'll work out for them. Maybe it's a really good day.
There is that. I have to say that, the ad was if you're not an insider, you don't understand what Indeed actually stands for. This could pass off as, this is very emotive. Oh, look, a software with a baby. I mean,
utopia as we descend into dystopia.
Yeah. All I got to say is, wow,
that escalated quickly.
Okay, so we're gonna jump to Mo's favorite, which is IBM. They've got some things going on. This is man versus machine, and I mean literally. And you might not remember this, Mo, because you were probably in diapers. But do you remember in 1997 when IBM's Deep Blue computer beat chess grandmaster Garry Kasparov?
Kasparov, yes, I remember.
Right?
I do not. I think I was listening to NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys at that time. Not paying attention to IBM.
Again, well, maybe not in diapers, but still very young. That was a big day for computers and IBM. Not so much for today, as IBM's computer, it's not Deep Blue, by the way, their applicant tracking system has them in hot water after allegedly auto-rejecting a candidate that already had 24 years of IBM experience. That's right. A 24-year-old IBM veteran alleges the company pushed out older workers during layoffs and then used automated hiring tech to keep them from coming back. IBM denies wrongdoing. They deny it. And the claims are still unproven, but the case lands right in the middle of the AI hiring hype cycle. Mo, I know you want to get on this. Tell me what you got.
Yeah. I mean, IBM is not new to this world of ageism discrimination claims. Back in 2018, there were multiple pieces done by New York Times and ProPublica that were really in depth. And they alleged that basically IBM had created this systemic sort of wave of trying to lay off older workers and actually force them to train their replacements who are all younger, of course. They labeled them as, quote, dino babies that they wanted to, quote, make extinct. So this is something that has been pretty well documented within the IBM culture. And we all know that culture starts at the top and it filters on down. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if Daniel Swanson, who's the plaintiff in this new case with the 24 years at the company, were absolutely true. Wouldn't be surprised at all. And the EEOC has investigated them multiple times too, and they found adequate proof to suggest that there could have been discrimination. So it's something that I think is absolutely possible. I think with the advent of the AI and screening technology and the programmatic approach to the ATS and allowing employers to go ahead and alter those things in there, it's very possible that they could have put things in there like, oh, we only want this particular, number of years of experience, for example, which you don't have to actually even say like filter out candidates who were, born after 1995, right? Like, or before 1995. You can like literally just say, I only want like 5 years of experience or whatever. So there are other ways to get around it. But Workday, as you guys know, is engaged in litigation right now around their ATS and the allegation that they were actually programmed to auto reject people of a certain age. That has happened with another company called iTutor Group. The EEOC sued them and won. They had actually programmed people to be auto rejected at age 55 if you're women and 60 if you're men, because of course you can get older than we can. That's how it goes.
Wow.
So this has been documented as something that has happened. I talked to my show, It Gets Late Early, is all about ageism and the issues that people face in mid-career. And I get constant flood of stories of people facing just that, like the instant rejections, being told they're overqualified. But I think this case, if the allegations are true, is particularly terrible because, like, can you imagine the indignity of working for a company for 24 years and having good performance reviews and all of that, and then getting blackballed at the application stage for your old job, essentially? Like, that's just ridiculous. But yeah, there's so much within that lawsuit too that suggests that there was this systemic sort of pattern with bias at the organization. They use a lot of euphemistic language like seniority mix and like skills refresh and next generation and all of that.
Seniority mix. Right? What does that even fucking mean?
Right? Like,
what does that mean?
Seniority. We want experience and inexperience. I mean, it's all just, it's very obvious what they mean. And that's been apparently documented within that lawsuit. So I'm obviously really interested to see what happens with this one. And also, of course, with the Workday case, which will have really widespread implications for the entire industry, given how many people are on Workday, right? And whether or not they're going to be held liable for some software that they use, right? Like if they didn't program it themselves, if Workday did, are they liable for discrimination, right? So super cool. And Eightfold, that one is very interesting as well. So lots of cool stuff happening here. None of it great for us, but like hopefully we'll get it all sorted. Right?
Well, we'll see.
Awareness is huge.
Thoughts on, you were around during the Gary Kasparov days. So what do you think, right? Huh?
I was supporting Kasparov, by the way, but he lost.
Me too.
Anyways, I think in this case, we need to be careful. I mean, IBM hasn't responded yet. So these are still allegations. It's not like a court has already established these facts or anything. And in this specific case, it's about one person. I think it will be extremely difficult for that person to prove that it was because of his age he was fired. IBM could claim, but we are just replacing him with someone who's a better fit for the job. Could be. If it was a whole team which was constantly being replaced, older teams, that would be something else. But one individual, it will be hard to prove. And the AI part is even, the AI part is even harder. Saying AI rejected me isn't just enough. He has to prove that it was, first of all, AI who rejected him, another person. And I think even IBM won't know if it was AI and why AI rejected him or not. It's a big black box. So I don't think it will be easy to build a case on this. If it's a pattern, that's something else. But if it's one individual case, someone after 25 years getting fired, and I feel sorry for the person, by the way, very sorry. But if I was fired because of HR, I'm becoming 50 this year, and I would say it's because of my age. Yeah, it would be up to me to prove it, and it wouldn't be possible.
You're completely right. And age discrimination is the hardest type to prove. So you have to have very clear, direct proof. I know that there were several other employees who were laid off with him at the same time, all of whom had at least 25 years of experience, but they have to have a very good case. So I hope this one has merit, because my sense is anytime that someone comes out with an age discrimination case and it's not had any merit, it's like people looking for something to grab onto, right? It ends up being like a chilling effect for people who've actually experienced this, and it is rampant. So I hope, I mean, it's weird to say I hope the allegations are true, but I hope that there is merit to them, because otherwise it's just going to set us all back. But you're absolutely right, Lieven. Absolutely right.
He hears that a lot. I have one thing to say.
Never tires of it.
You naughty. You teasing me. You naughty.
Oh, IBM. So, I mean, this case was actually written up by Martin Redstone, who is over at Warden AI. And those guys, actually, they do auditing of systems and whatnot. They did not audit this system, just by the way, but they do from the outside. They comment on cases like this, which I love. One of the things he said, quote, from an AI governance standpoint, this exposes the vulnerability of predictive models used in talent management, end quote. I totally agree. And I believe that hiring companies should definitely understand their process methodologies, even if it's just from a defensible position. But in this case, and even the Mobley versus Workday case that you talked about, Mo, I'm not convinced that this was AI. But I don't know that it matters, right? I mean, are you as a hiring company going to take a chance of possibly landing in front of a judge that they can't text their grandkids, for God's sakes, and try to prove that it's not AI? I mean, that's one of the problems that we have here. Now, much like anything that we talk about these days concerning AI, the question is it really AI, or is it just dumb triggers? Maybe RPA, robotic process, automation. Just basic automations.
Totally.
To me, none of that really matters, to be quite frank. I don't care if they say it's AI and they pin it on AI. If it's bias, it's bias, right? And I hope they don't use that AI label as it wasn't AI. So it's like, no. It was bias. It doesn't matter how it happened. I like that Warden is shining a light on these cases, but I believe it's imperative that hiring companies map out their hiring process methodologies, and they do that with the vendors that they've bought that are a part of their stack. They have to understand their blind spots. They have to understand their risks. And if it's a big tech stack, I mean, I think it's pretty simple. You go to a third-party outsourced expert, and you have them do everything for you, right? Brilliant. I mean, it's not just auditing your system. I think auditing your system is incredibly important, but it's also trying to understand the hiring methodologies, the processes, and those types of things. Because if you don't know what that is today, how in the hell can you defend it when somebody like this actually comes in and says, whether they're right or they're wrong, that you've been biased, and they start suing you? And what happens, much like Mobley, if it turns into a class action? That is fucking, oh my God, that's scary.
No bueno. By the way, what you just mentioned, it almost makes me feel like we should have HR at our companies, unlike what that Bolt guy said.
Yeah.
Did you hear that guy? He was like, dude, I mean, insane.
You
guys talked about it. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I'd been there for that one, because I would have loved to say that.
Lies. Oh, lies.
What a dickhead.
What an idiot.
Yeah.
I've been at startups without HR. Trust me, they're going to get sued. So I can't wait to watch them roll in.
Yeah, they're going to get sued. He looked like he was 12, by the way.
He definitely is.
Your mom should be making your decisions anyway, right?
100%.
So what do you think? Any parting blows, Lieven, on the IBM conversation?
No, I'm going to follow it. Sorry, I'm really curious how this will turn out.
Done. I think we'll cover speed and hiring.
Did somebody say speed? Then buckle up, boys. You're about to learn how to hire fast.
Who is that?
Vetty Betty. From Vetty, the hiring acceleration platform. Come on, man, keep up. What's up, Betty?
Hey, Chad. Vetty makes high-compliance hiring easy. Background checks, licensing verifications, and health screenings, all in one place. Real-time updates, no red tape, and no delays. Hiring managers can move fast, stay smooth, and close the deal.
So they just sit back and watch. Hell, I could watch this all day.
That's right. Relax, enjoy the view, and don't lose the hire. It's that simple. With Veti, it's all taken care of before they can even catch their breath.
Best lesson ever.
Class dismissed, boys. Veti. Hiring as it should be. Visit veti.co to learn more.
Our next topic is a juicy one. Last week, in a post on LinkedIn, OpenAI's Shaya Nayak, who is in charge of special initiatives, wrote, quote, "When I joined OpenAI, one of the things that excited me most was the possibility of using AI not just to make people more productive, but to help create opportunity. Over the last several months, I have had the privilege of working with an incredible team to make a step toward that vision by launching improved job search features in ChatGPT. This work represents something I cared deeply about since my early days with SamaSource, helping people better understand their skills, discover opportunities, and navigate an increasingly complex labor market." This next part is incredibly important, kids. A special thank you to our partners, Indeed, Upwork, and Appcast for collaborating with us to build a better experience for job seekers. Mo, Lieven, you guys had a chance to take a look at ChatGPT's new job search. What do you got? What do you got?
Who's going first?
You.
Okay. Actually,
yes,
the whole basic idea, I like it. I mean, we come from a world where when you're looking for a job, you put two fields. You enter text in two fields. What are you looking for? Where are you looking for? Yeah. And then you can find a job for a marketeer in Brussels, and you'll find a listing with jobs which more or less resemble your question. But using natural language, you could write the whole page, designing or describing your perfect job. So I like the idea that the large language model is matching the jobs when you're searching for it. It's even better when you can upload a PDF with your resume and say, this is I, this is me. What kind of jobs do you suggest which are suited for me? And it works. So I tested the ChatGPT thing using a VPN because it's only active in the United States and I'm in Europe. So I tested it. The first thing I noticed was, of course, Indeed. Indeed succeeded in enabling, I don't know how they did it, probably they paid a lot, but next to many jobs, you'll see a button saying Indeed. And if you click on it, you go to Indeed and you can apply. It's good for Indeed. It's well played, Indeed. Nice. But it's not only Indeed. You also have LinkedIn, but they are not mentioned. If you click on a vacancy, you go to LinkedIn, but LinkedIn wasn't mentioned. So I guess they didn't pay, but they couldn't just show jobs from Indeed. It would get them into trouble. And the third one is direct corporate companies. I had one from Caterpillar. I clicked on it, a marketeer at Caterpillar, but then I was blocked. So there's something wrong with the link from ChatGPT to Caterpillar. Yeah, even with a very funny screenshot. I still have it, I think. It said something. I'm going to put it. I'm going to show. Here it is. Sorry, you have been blocked. You are unable to access happydance.website. Oh, it's a total clusterfuck. But the URL says careers.caterpillar.com and the whole whatever.
I'll reach out to Dave Ralph. He'll get that fixed by the end of the day. I promise.
I'll take a screenshot. Okay. You know Caterpillar? Okay.
No, I know. I know Happy Dance. They're out of Ireland. They're out of Ireland. Yeah.
Okay.
There's some good boys.
Okay. I didn't have a clue what Happy Dance was about. I thought it was a porn star or something, but it's always me. Yeah. Happy Dance. I mean, if you hear Happy Dance, happydance.com.
I think you're also thinking of Happy Sock, but it makes good sense. Yeah.
No, could be. I was thinking about pole dancing, something like that. Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, so just to get back on topic, I like the whole idea that I can use ChatGPT to find a job, and I think many people will do so. If you ask Google a question, you get some websites where you might find an answer. If you ask ChatGPT a question, you'll get an answer. So if I want to find a job, I need jobs. like it. I like the idea, and I tested it that I could upload my resume, and I got jobs which actually were pretty decent. But they're not transparent on why Indeed is mentioned with a button with its name on, and the others are not. And I don't know, and I couldn't find out how I, from House of HR, can put my jobs in there with a listing with my brand in it. And I'm willing to pay for it. I mean, nobody works for free. If they offer me something, but I couldn't figure it out. So I don't think they have a transparent business model yet. And maybe they're just experimenting. But maybe Chat or Mo, you know more about this than I do.
Yeah, no, Mo? I on purpose I don't want anything to do with OpenAI, evil empire that it is. I recognize that a lot of people do, but what this brings up for me though, I mean, yeah, sure, the utility of it. Yeah, sure. Oh, it knows me. The AI knows me and it's pulling in things that would be relevant and it has my resume and blah, blah, blah. Like I get that as a utility, but what concerns me is what you said, which is the transparency aspect. And obviously anybody with half a brain knows that if Indeed is popping up with a button, it's because they've paid OpenAI money, right? Like that's how it goes. But when I think about how much of a problem this is, like even on the web browsers now, it's like the AI overview comes up. How the hell are they sorting those results? How are they deciding which results become the basis for those summaries? And it's the same sort of thing. Like how are we going to be served up the right thing for us truly? Or is it going to just be this selected thing by OpenAI, by these companies, because they've been paid by others? So I don't really trust it for that reason. It's not going to surface what's best for the job seeker. It's going to surface what they have in stock as their, pay to play model. So I think it has a limited utility in that sense. I think it might be capped. And I just wish it were different. Again, like on its face, I don't have a problem with it, but the fact that it's going to serve up the pay to play model is going to be tough for me. Just generally speaking.
I've got an easy response to that.
You done messed up,
Yeah. The thing that I loved about the nice little call out of Indeed, Appcast, and Upwork, unfortunately, the job seeker experience sucks and their names are associated to it. And let me tell you why. Just last week, we talked about Google for Jobs and job slop. Well, guess what? The same job slop is happening on ChatGPT. So I guess you could actually call it AI job slop or job AI slop. I don't care. Anyway, at the end of the day, as I had said last week, Julie and I actually received info from a solid list of TA leaders who started noticing their jobs were listed on Google for Jobs, but it wasn't their jobs and it wasn't their feeds. They were scam jobs. They were spam jobs. They were candidate harvesting schemes. There were paywalls. And we applied to several of those jobs for companies because we were working with the companies. They didn't receive our resumes. On many occasions, they didn't receive our resumes. So it wasn't actually linking into the applicant tracking system. This was a scam. This was harvesting. This is horrible. So the jobs are fraudulent. Well, then we heard about ChatGPT's new search capabilities, and guess what we found? The same fucking job slop. Yes, but now this is the beautiful part about this whole thing. I guess thanks to Chaya's post, we now know where the job slop is coming from, either Indeed and or Appcast and or Upwork. And let me say that again. OpenAI's Chaya, who is in charge of their project credited to these fraudulent jobs and job slop, actually called out Indeed, Appcast, and Upwork. So we know where the problem is. It's one of those three, or maybe even LinkedIn say apparently they've been added to the list.
That too.
But here's the fix, kids. I did this in the early days, and you can do this again, and it's not as hard as everybody wants you to fucking believe it is. You have to understand where the jobs originate, which is why OpenAI should start only working directly with corporate career sites and state workforce agencies, because those are the companies, or state workforce agencies get a lot of the small to medium businesses who actually post in for free, right? If hiring companies are building ChatGPT apps, well, then that's like a verified plan plus. And I think we try to make this shit way too complex. And that's exactly what's happening with ChatGPT to some extent. I believe, I can't prove. I'd like to know, Chaya, would you let me know if Indeed is paying a shit ton of cash to get their name on the button, and if those other players are actually paying as well. But I think at the end of the day, when you jump into and you dig deep, there is nothing but scam, spam, candidate harvesting, and paywalls, and it's bullshit. Now there are some real jobs in there too. That's what makes this even worse, because candidates click on real jobs and they're like, "Oh, these are great jobs," and then they get fucked over with some of these other ones. Yeah,
and people are so desperate for work right now. That breaks my heart. That really sucks. Yeah, I think we need to, I mean, how much of a push has there been for these job sites to vet the opportunities that come to them? I mean, is it like sort of the way Meta is like, oh, dude, we can't be, held liable for what's said on our platform. We're just the facilitators. Are they kind of in that vein?
Yeah.
Where they're like, they put them up. Woo. Okay. Man.
Well, we will see, but I'm telling you right now, ChatGPT,
you're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
We're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. And Mo just invoked Meta. So we're going to talk about them right when we come back.
Hello, I'm Omar, founder and CEO of JobPixel. I'm going to talk about two things. Number one is JobPixel. We do short form video content. So if you're a recruitment marketing or employer branding leader, you have to do video content, collect content from your employees. You're going to be able to show impact that you've never seen before. Number two, I would love to talk about People Brain Collective. People Brain Collective is a new organization that just got started by some of the best minds in our industry. And it brings all recruitment marketing and employer branding leaders together in one place to have a conversation about the impact of their work. I promise you, it's something you do not want to miss. So after this video, you'll see a QR code. Scan that QR code with your phone, go to their website and sign up for a membership. You will not regret it. They have amazing people talking about the best topics you'll absolutely love. Thank you, and I can't wait to see you there.
Okay, kids. A BBC article says that, quote, according to an internal memo sent on Tuesday, Meta is scaling back its plan to start tracking employees' computer activity. In April, the company received criticism from its own staff, imagine that, after it announced a new tool that would log their keystrokes and mouse clicks to train its own AI, also known as MCI, or Model Capability Initiative. According to Reuters, new controls will allow employees to pause the data collection for, get this, up to 30 minutes at a time, as well as request exemptions from the initiative altogether. Meta declined to comment on the record. Imagine that. In other news, Meta is launching America's Workforce Academy. Meta calls it a nationwide fast-track training program for skilled trades powered by an initial $115 million first-year investment. Cost-free investment that supports all participants. They learn, they get guaranteed jobs if they graduate. I don't know how in the fuck that happens. Graduates earn the industry-recognized National Center for Construction Education and Research credential and America's Workforce Certificate, both designed to travel with the worker across sectors and state borders. Meta's got a lot going on this week. What do you think, Mo? What do you think, Mo?
Well, first of all, I mean, those 30 minutes, man, what are people going to be doing besides applying for jobs outside of Meta? Oh my gosh. Like, what my thing is, even if, and they said in that article as well that Meta employees are allowed to, raise objections and say they want to opt out of the program entirely. But the problem is anyone who does that, obviously, you have a target on your back. You are next on that layoff list. They don't like people who rabble raise. They want everybody to fall in line and be good little minions, right? So that's very inherently dangerous for any employee at Meta to do. But even if they were to do that, even if they were to object, which I'm sure I would, for example, then your training models are going to happen without you because you're not the only person doing your job at the company. Anybody who hasn't objected is going to be training said models that they want to have the capability to replace you. They are literally having people train the agents who will then, hopefully, in Meta's point of view, replace the very people who trained the equipment to begin with, which is just horrific and so dystopian. But so I think you're in a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation at Meta. And I just, I keep questioning, like, man, is it worth it? Like, I know people need to eat and like have jobs and stuff, and like probably have, hung their hat on like, oh, I work at Meta because it's like such a big name. But with all that they're doing to destroy us and have already done to destroy us, like, ooh, I don't know if I could do it. But and with regard to the data center stuff, it's like, okay, all right. So you want us to get on board with you destroying the environment and putting, like under the guise of like adding jobs, like you're the good guys. Like,
you just made the leap from the workforce, the wonderful workforce program, to data centers, Mo.
I know, very strange, very strange. They're like, there will be so many jobs. But yeah, no, it's all of it just blows my mind. Like, do they think we don't see this stuff? Like, it's so transparent. And if they do train this like fake program they've created, like to look like they're some saviors for the American out of work populace, like what's going to happen after those data centers are erected? Is there going to be any sort of like economy to like keep these people employed at that point? So like, sure, they'll get the data centers up that creates the AI that's going to replace us, and then these people are going to be with this cute little certificate, no debt, which is great. But then, like, will they have work? I don't know. I'm not sure.
That's a very good question.
What the fuck?
Lieven, what do you think? Hey, quick question for Lieven, because I'm in Europe. I watch the news. I watch Sky, I watch BBC, all the stuff, right? I don't see anything about data centers here. I don't see anything about people pushing back against data centers, which means, are they being built? You're seeing a shit ton of that happening in the US. Are you seeing any of that? Because I certainly am not.
Yeah. I'm sure they're being built, but it's not a topic yet. And
interesting.
It's a matter of time, I guess.
I wonder why it's taking flight here.
The OMCI thing is happening here as well.
Yeah.
I actually had a meeting yesterday with a company, and they were asking me how to achieve what's Meta trying to do right now.
Really?
To replace a call center.
Yeah.
People who work in a call center, how could we discreetly check what they're doing so we could teach the system how it works, something like that. Anyways, some episodes ago when I was on the show, we talked about, first you had people being fired because AI was taking their job. And the next step was people being fired because a company wanted to invest in software which could replace them in the end. And now it's even worse. People aren't fired yet. They first have to train the model, which is going to make them redundant, and afterwards they'll be fired. Yeah. So that's even worse, if you ask me. But
it's awful.
The 30 minutes were kind of funny. So if you want to surf to happydance.com, you can 30 minutes a day.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
Right?
Okay.
There we go.
Now, the problem is not even that Meta is trying to automate stuff. Companies have always tried to automate repetitive tasks, and automation has been around all the time. But now it's people becoming the data sets, which is going to make them redundant. And it's not ethical, if you ask me.
No.
But of course, they're going to say something like, no, we're just going to teach a system to help you become more efficient.
Exactly.
But in the end, people are going to lose their jobs.
So Mark Zuckerberg has to be one of the worst human beings alive. This computer tracking that feeds the AI beast, it doesn't surprise me. And if you're working for Meta, much like you were talking about, Mo, I mean, I don't feel bad for you because you knew it was a shit show when you joined, right? I mean, this is not new.
Yeah, but back in the days, 20, 25 years ago, when did I start using Facebook? 20 years ago or something?
2005.
It was something else. It was a different company.
They're not around anymore. Most of those people aren't around anymore.
No, true. But then Facebook was kind of fun. And I stopped the moment it became, the echo room, echo chamber, how do you call it?
Yeah.
Yep, echo chamber.
People were just, and then the passive aggression and all the extreme right, etc. I gave up. I don't use it anymore.
Yeah,
Nor do I.
I do. barely. I don't do as much as I used to. But let me get to the skilled trades real quick. So America does need skilled trade workers, right? But will 115 million do the trick, or is it just Meta trying to grease the skids for states that where they want to build data centers, right? This feels like a little taste of quote unquote funding. And if data centers are approved, then they'll spend more money. And I mean, to thank you, Mo, for telling me that I need to watch Silicon Valley. This sounds like a Gavin Belson move.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So saving the world, Gavin Belson. Yeah.
Yes. Saving the world. It's just so funny. And the only way that we can save the world today, kids, is through a dad joke. And I've got a tech dad joke today. It's not one of Joel's creepy uncle joke. It's a dad joke.
I like that.
So here we go. There are only 10 types of people in the world. Those who understand binary and those who don't.
Okay. For once I get the joke.
Okay. 10 times. See it. Wow. One. Okay, I get it. It took me a minute.
She's even in tech.
Well,
she's even in tech.
Business development, partnerships, marketing.
I got to say, it's great having you guys together. The first time we've all been together ever. It was a great show. Had fun. And all I got to say is one thing to say left is we out.
We out.
Thank you for listening to, what's it called? A podcast. The Chad, the Cheese, brilliant. They talk about recruiting, they talk about technology, but most of all, they talk about nothing. Just a lot of shout-outs of people you don't even know, and yet you're listening. It's incredible. And not one word about cheese. Not one. Cheddar, blue, nacho, pepper jack, Swiss. So many cheeses, and not one word. So weird. Anywho, be sure to subscribe today on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. That way you won't miss an episode. And while you're at it, visit www.chatcheese.com. Just don't expect to find any recipes for grilled cheese. It's so weird. We out!